Ragnarok is over. The gods are dead, and our world will soon die with them. But we remain, and we will rebuild. Every time the dark fog devours us, we start over from nothing. But every failure brings us closer to the summit of Yggdrasil. And so we struggle onward to save our world for good.
Hello and welcome to another day of IndieX 2024. And for the ones that do not know, today is a very special day because it's the anniversary of one of our partners, Rubber Chicken. Congratulations to the entire team. And today I'm here with Alexis from Manavoid Entertainment to talk to you about Roots of Yggdrasil, a great game. Hello, Alexis. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing very good. Thank you.
So are you ready to start this gameplay, this show off of the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's go straight into the game because people do not want to watch our faces, they want to see the game. So tell me a little bit of Roots of Yggdrasil.
Yes, so Roots of Yggdrasil is our third game at Manavoid. It's a roguelike city builder. So a mix of two genres that we like. And it's a game based on Norse mythology. The goal of the game is going to be to try and bring your groups of Viking to the top of Yggdrasil. And the way you do that is you're going to go from island to island, building settlements, trying to power up the ship that we see here to go to the next island. And along the way, you're going to get upgrades to your buildings, deck, artifacts that helps you make your next settlements better.
Yeah, you forget because we do not reach that spot in the game to mention a small part of the gameplay, the deck building part.
Yes.
How does that fact interact with the game?
Mm-hmm. So as we're gonna see, like our goal was to try and make city building more like to mix it with a roguelike element. We wanted like the whole team loves city building, but we realized that when we play a city builder, we often tend to want to restart and create a new town at some point. And so we tried to bake this into the gameplay loop of our city builder. And so we found that roguelike was a good genre to mix it with. And then we love card games also, which fits well with roguelike. So we decided to try and mix city building and card game, see how it would work. So every building in the game is actually a card that you're going to play to create an actual building in the 3D world.
Yeah, and that when I saw that Machado gave me this game, I saw cards. I really do not like card games, and I was baffled. But why do I have to play another card game? I do not like them. But mixed with these two aspects, being a roguelike or a roguelite, I think being a city builder that I love, a genre that I really love, it worked so great. It's an impressive game because you can, in each level, do something different. As you were saying, I do not feel the need to start again and again because I have my deck, and the deck is not the same. It's we have to shuffle it. We do not know the next what I will have in hand for the next turn, and it that gives us a feeling of making something different every turn.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm glad you like it. Like the deck. Um, if we want to abstract it to look at other city builders, it almost takes the space of the research tree that you would have in a city builder, where you would get new buildings available. In our case, it's a cards that you're going to draft. So, like, if you want to talk a bit about the gameplay, since it's a
What we are watching, yes,
yes.
I stopped to for you to give you a chance to talk about what was happening.
Yeah. So the basically the we really abstracted the resources that you would see in a city builder to make it faster, so you can do loops fast. Because since it's a roguelike, we want you to explore, try different strategies, and see a lot of different gameplay. So we have three big resources: the supplies, which are an abstraction for everything that you use to build. So it's often the playing cards cost supplies. Exploiting resources will often give supplies. We've got might that we've just seen there, that you use
Yes.
a barracks to around houses to get might, and then that allows you to explore new lands. And we're going to see the next resources later, which is Ether, which allows you to play with the magical aspect of the world. Um, but yeah, the last resources that is very important is population. So as we've seen at the beginning, every time you added a house, you gained one population, and then when you reach certain threshold of population, you actually get to draft a new card and add it to your deck, and it's going to stay there for the whole loop, basically.
And now at this moment, I have another objective to open another area. There is to have more 10 points of might. I only have 8, and for us to gain might, we have to set up barracks, and but we cannot use them near
Mm-hmm.
one of the other. It's a area of influence, so I have to build another one
Yeah. So
far away from the first one, but I have to make more houses so I can build. I have to make 3 houses so I can build another barrack.
yeah, exactly. So that's one of the strategy layer, is that you have to be careful where you
Yes,
place your
placing.
houses and buildings.
Yes.
Yeah. So often you will want to make sure that your houses can be nearby a lot of different um, amenities or
Resources.
barracks, resource.
Yes, amenities. Yes, amenities. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So in this case, we're going to be able to build a barrack and then have enough might to explore this new area. Our goal right now is to reach the sapling that we see at the top of the screen. We want to power it to be able to have energy in our ship to leave the island onto the next one. But to reach it, we need to find a path.
And now you have seen that when I pressed next turn, the end of the turn, I've got my cards back.
Yep. So it works like most card games, where the cards you use go into a discard pile, and then when it's empty, you put it back on top of your deck. Um, but yeah, the build like managing your deck of cards is very important, because like in any good roguelike, if you have too many, it's going to dilute your strategy. But at the same time, the cards that you draft are much better than the starting cards, so you have to choose
Yes.
basically how you do it.
Now to energize each sapling, we need some conditions. Let me check this one. Obtain gain when speed when nearby amenity buildings. Synergize with housing. Where
Yeah.
is the objective? Oh, I
So
have to have
you,
one of those. Yes.
exactly. So this one amenity. Problem is, right now, I don't think you have one in your deck.
No, I have to work to get it.
Yes, exactly. So here we're gonna want to build more
To
housing.
reach population of 10. The objectives are on the right side, top right of your screen, and our points are on the top left.
Yeah.
Let me build some more houses. Oh, one. And another. It's a bit pointless to try to make them on the perfect. Oh,
Yeah, this
that
one.
was not an house. That was not an house.
Here we go.
Now I've reached another objective, and with this objective, I will gain an amenity. There is a shrub. What is the meaning of this, Alexis?
So, so this amenity building, often amenity are cards that you're gonna want to place next to housing, and they synergize well with more with housing to make more supplies over time. This one gives you an income of supplies, so that means when you build your shrub, every time you skip a turn in the future, you're gonna get more supplies every turn. So right now, when you draft a card, it's put on the top of your deck. So if you skip your
Yes.
turn, you're gonna draw
Yes,
it
I will.
right away. And we can look at the card a bit, and we're gonna see that there's 3 houses. And so first, you have the name, you have the type of the card, which is amenity over at the top left.
Yes.
You have the cost and supply. So right now you would have enough to play it. And then underneath you see 3 houses. That's the requirements to be able to place it. So this shrub needs 3 houses in its range. So if you try to place it, you will see like a range around it. And you need 3 houses in there. Right now you're gonna want to place that one next to the tree to complete
Yes,
the objective.
I have 2 conditions that I want. I have to meet. I have to have the amenity interacting with the sapling, but to put the I forgot about this when I put the houses there. But to put the amenity, I have to have 3 houses nearby. So I have to build 3 more houses, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna want to build houses close to the tree.
But each house I place, the next one will be more expensive to put also.
Yes, exactly.
So since I have I do not. Well, I will put another logger's camp to give me some more points for the next turn.
Yeah.
But it will not be of any use. I will have to make 2
Yeah.
turns. Can I put still?
Yeah,
iron?
you can put the shrub. The shrub gives you a little bit of the resources, but then yeah, you're gonna have to skip some turns and then keep building your settlement. In this
Where is the
tutorial,
most profitable? The most profitable is 8, 10. It's red. 10. It's here.
yeah.
Okay, let's skip another turn.
So right now we're in the tutorial, so you can skip as many turns as you need to reach the goal. But when we get into an actual loop of the game, the challenges come from the fact that there's going to be a timeline, and when it reaches night, not only the game gets a bit harder because there's a big void that will spawn on the map, and it will just grow every turn, destroying everything on its path until it reaches your ship. And if it does before you leave, then your loop is over. You're gonna return back to the hub in the game and have to start over again. Yeah.
Great. I've not reached that part yet. I was going to, as we talked before previously.
Yes.
The tutorial does not end here. You guys do not go away. Why the name? Why
The roots
why
of
going
Yggdrasil?
after Ragnarok?
Yeah. So it was interesting. We when we pitched using Norse mythology, we know there's a lot of games that already talk about it, and something that was interesting for us is to use the setting. So the game takes place after the Ragnarok has started. Which the Ragnarok is in Norse mythology like basically the end of the world, right? A big war happened. A lot of the characters that we know from Norse mythology are like die in the Ragnarok. And so making a game that happens in it or at the end of it was interesting because it means we could explore a lot of different characters that usually are not as common in Norse mythology like games and media. So in our case, you're playing a group of survivors that right now are trying to get away from. At the bottom of the screen, you see the big void that is moving forward. So you're moving away from it, trying to escape. And then our group of survivors is going to find a very special place called the Holt, which is a place that is immune from that the Ginnunga gap, which is the void that is swallowing everything. And so they're going to set their base there, and their goal is to try and find the mythological place, the Gimli, which is like on the top of Yggdrasil. And so from the Holt, they're going to try and start expeditions to reach that place. And they're going to meet all kind of mythological figures from the Norse mythology along the way, but maybe not the ones you expect, because, for example, like the most popular ones are either lost or dead in the Ragnarok. So we explore some of the different characters, and the lore is very rich. There's a lot of things on Norse mythology that's been done, and there's a lot of characters, and often a lot of it is left to interpretation a little bit in their subtleties. So it's a very interesting mythology to explore.
Will we be able to understand the mythology by the game in the game, or will it be explained some of the parts at least from the interactions between the characters?
So we do you do get glimpse of it, and you understand a little bit about how some of the mythology. It's not necessarily to know Norse mythology before you get into the game. So the story itself works without you knowing about it. We definitely like make a lot of hints to some things. There's characters that why is like a character missing an eye, for example. We might not explain it; it's going to be there. Those that know the characters will understand, and otherwise, you do learn about like some of the mythology at the end of the world, basically. Yeah.
I did something wrong. I thought I have met the requirements to.
Yeah. So you did. I think you just need to skip one turn now. Exploration takes some time when you start it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How big was the team behind Roots of Yggdrasil?
Yeah, so it fluctuated a lot throughout the development. It started with a very small team at the beginning, maybe 4 or 5 people. I think the biggest we've been through while we're at the middle of development was about 12 people. But it really fluctuated along the way, yeah. Our previous games, we were around the same size of like 15 people. So
well,
basically
it's a good number for an indie game. I think.
Yeah. It's really it was like kind of it was our first foray into like roguelike games. Our previous game was a lot more content driven. It was a narrative experience that was like very like linear. And this one was well, by the nature of being a roguelike, it just brings a different set of challenges because we have a lot of content to make that is going to be procedurally presented, so it's always different. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, but it was definitely a new challenges for a team.
Oh, for sure. And we imagine a roguelike like repeating the same scenario over and over and over again, but we start a new scenario every time we advance a level. This one is not a traditional roguelike per se.
Mm-hmm.
What are we seeing now here in the screen?
Yeah,
before I advance?
Yes, so this is one of the different threats that you're going to encounter. So this storm is very simple. It prevents you to build under it. The problem is our sapling is just under it, so we're going to have to get rid of it. And here we introduce the last resource that is going to be important, which is the ether. So if you build a observatory, which is one of the buildings that we have, that you always have at the beginning of a route,
Yes.
it's going to allow you to spend ether to obtain basically power, like action cards. So if we use the observatory,
And now I have 10 points. I will use it.
yes, and here you can. Right now you only have one choice, but when you play, you're gonna have the draft. You're gonna have a choice of which one you want to get. This one is pretty simple. It has two keywords on it. Brittle means once you use it, it disappears. It's not in your deck anymore. And then retain means that when you skip your turn, instead of going in the discard and drawing new cards, this one stays with you. So pretty useful.
Okay.
You can keep it even if there's no threat around, and it allows you to destroy a threat. And the storm is one of them. So if you,
I will use it now,
yeah,
just to destroy the threat.
exactly. And there we go.
The sapling was under it, so it has to be. It had to be done.
It had to be done. Yeah, there's all kind of different threats in the game. They all you have to handle them in different ways. Well, we'll see more later. So I guess we can continue
Yes.
for now.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Now this sapling has. Oh no, it's the same. You don't see it when tree. I know the conditions this time are a little bit different. We have to build 3 houses near the sapling to activate
Yes.
it, and you will see that it's interacting with the sapling with the interactions. You can see it by those green lines in the screen between the building and the environment.
Yeah.
I
It
can
was very
say so.
important for us to try and make it accessible as we can. That's something we try to do with most of our games. We often take genre that can be hard to approach and try and make them like attractive to both like the players that always plays that kind of games. In this case, city builders. We want players that play a lot of them to enjoy this game, but we also want players that would maybe not try a city builder to be intrigued by this one and give it a try. And what we found is a lot of them are maybe they find daunting to play a city builder, but then when it's mixed with a card mechanic that they understand, then they get into it and they end up enjoying city builders more than they thought. So that's always our goal with our games, to try and mix genre and make it accessible. In this case, like we have a lot of feedback on everything. We try to make everything as clear as possible.
Yes, you have
It's always
made
been one of our goals.
you have made a great point, because I think that the city builder element aspect of this game is not the main focus. I think the main focus are the interactions between your deck and the environment that you create. You are not, at least as far as I reached, your objective is not directly to build and expand your city, but to interact upon the environment and create a winning condition, if I can say that, and to keep advancing and advancing. And
Yeah,
we are used to that. That it's easy to understand.
Yeah. There's really two layers of strategy in the game. The first one is using your cards right to place the buildings, making sure that you have the right buildings around and you can play your whole hand of card every turn. But the second layer of strategy comes with deck building. So drafting the right cards to make sure that you're fine on this island, but also that your deck is going to be fine on the next one. Yeah.
And now
So
we have reached another new stuff in the game, either source.
yeah, so this is the end of our tutorial. So we're gonna find those the source of ether that are naturally spawning in the world, and some of the saplings will require a type of building that is an ether building. So this is one of them, an ether connector, and this one you can view those sources as like energy and those connectors as power lines. you need to make sure that you bring one to the other. The challenge is that card is going to be part of your deck. You're not going to be always access to it.
I have
What's
it has a limit. If you can watch it on the bottom right corner of the
Yeah.
card, I have 5.
Yeah, so most cards can only be used once and then they go into the discard. You need to draw them again. This one has 5 uses, so it's quite useful for that.
Yeah. Again, you can see the interactions between the elements with those green lines. Very intuitive.
Yeah,
Before that, I already knew the objective before, so I started building the objective to activate this sapling that works as fuel for our ship, for our boat, is to energize it with either source.
what's interesting too is that the saplings, when they're bloomed, they are also they become a nature source. So you could start.
Oh, I
Yeah,
could
so
start
that's
from
what
the other way.
you could have start. Yeah, you could start from both, but and some cards are going to use those
Oh.
ether source for not just to connect them, but maybe like you have a strong building that needs an ether source, so it's going to require you to bloom a sapling and then use it.
I had not noticed that previously.
Yes.
How long did it take to your team to make this game? More or less.
So yes, it took around 2 years. Maybe it took like, I guess, around a year and a half to release in early access. So we released in early access in January, and then we stayed there until like September, until the release of the game. We did a lot of like updates during early access with for players. It was really fun. So in total, counting the early access, about 2 years until we released like in September.
So now we have ended the tutorial, so probably
Yes.
now this will get a bit harder.
It will. So here we reach the Holt, which is the building, not the building, the island that is permanent in the game. It's where you always come back, whether you lose or you win a loop. And the resources that you bring back are going to be able to upgrade this place. So this is a permanent city that you're going to build throughout the game that's going to give you bonuses. And also, as you can notice, we do have story in this game. Even though it's a roguelike, we like our previous game have a lot of story too, and we just love to tell a good story. So here, you're going to be able to meet a big cast of characters when you go on your expeditions, and the story progresses in between the loops also. So the more you meet the characters, the more you can increase your relationships, and that's going to give you some bonuses always for the future.
I know that that's a new tendency that was, I guess, popularized with Hades, but that's extremely difficult to make, isn't it?
It is. It's very hard. Yeah, ADs made it sound, made it look like very easy to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very hard. And it was like the first time we did storytelling in a roguelike. It poses a lot of challenges because, well, there's a lot of side stories. You can do them in any order, and so that means that, well, you have to be careful that it all makes sense no matter what the player was doing, but also that everything works at a certain pace. You don't want to like be able to necessarily finish one story while not even having started one. But at the same time, you don't want to hold the player from progressing in one place. So we had a lot of like work to do, and there, early access really helped us actually to show the story to our players, have them experience it through like long sessions, and then tell us how to improve it, and that was really helpful to early access.
No, we are. Yeah, I always find it fascinating when people talk about what you are saying, because it seems so flawless to us, the players, and so easy and so intuitive to just work upon the relationships loop after loop after loop. But you have to consider the outcome of the loop, the previous state of the relationship, the development of the character, and for me it's like mind-blowing to do that. But well, you do you. For us,
Yeah.
it's great. For us, the player, that's great.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
just imagine the work that
It is a challenge, especially since some of our characters have a relationship in between them too. So sometimes you have to make sure that both like their conversations together when you come back to the hold also
makes
makes sense.
sense.
Yeah, it's hard. So here we've unlocked the greenhouse. It's one of the big buildings in the hold. This one is like a permanent skill tree that you're going to be able to unlock, get new features, new buildings. A lot of things can be unlocked through this tree. It's going to be your main progression in the game. So here, every time you bloom a sapling in the world, like we did it like a few times in the tutorial, you get an acorn. There's different types of acorns as you can see at the bottom, and then you're gonna spend those acorns to try to basically progress and unlock. So sometimes you're gonna want to do runs to try and gather specific types of acorns.
Oh, great.
To unlock this, yeah.
Well,
Right.
I thought that I would leave the screen. Oh, I have to press it better. It was on me. A little bit of interaction.
Yes. So here we just built a greenhouse, but now, so that's our cast of characters. Suna is the character that you play, and Lif and Trasir are two of your tribe members so far. You're gonna start playing first with Trasir. Every time you leave an expedition, we'll see soon. So here, Trasir is ready to go with you. So yeah, go ahead.
I was reading because I've never reached this spot of the. I've stopped at the ending of the tutorial. I was just checking what I have to make now.
Yeah.
Just press onwards, I guess.
Yes. So here after you press, you're going to be able to see a little bit. So you can leave the greenhouse. We're going to have to come back here later after a loop to try and spend our acorns. And right, so yeah, you see the acorns at the bottom. There's different biomes in the games, and every biome will yield a different type of acorn. Here's another building we can try to build. This is the workshop.
No, I do not have enough resources.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here, it's going to be one of our goal. Then our next expedition, we're going to try and get matter, which is another type of resource that we can get. So now the only thing we have to do is to start a new expedition.
Depart on a new loop. Trasir, I have two options.
Yeah. So the first one, if you press it, you're gonna see you can choose your character. Right now, if you click on Trasir, you see you only have one so far.
Yes.
This one has this linked around building more efficiently. Mm-hmm. So if you hover on the icons after his name, you're gonna see that's an action card that's in your deck. You're gonna draw it when he's ready, and it makes it so you can build a house for free.
Great.
His other upgrade is the first 3 turns, everything is 50% off. So
I have to optimize the first 3 turns a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it easier to get a good head start in the game. And so that's the first traits you have is your character, which comes with power. But also the other thing is your housing types. So you mix the two of them, and the housing type changes your playstyle. So the first one is the one we played with. It's pretty simple. You build every house that you build gives you 1 population, and they're fairly cheap. Like you're gonna unlock a bunch of different houses, all have different goals. For example, you can start a new loop, but one of the houses, for example, it's the nomad housing. You cannot place them next to each other. So instead, you have to place them a bit apart and spread them throughout the whole line. It really changes how you play your base mechanics because every other building requires housing.
Okay, now I'm seeing what you have told me previously. The time there is a new element, and as I select the new trip, I'm losing time. I'm
Yes,
playing with
exactly.
time also.
Yeah.
And
So here we meet the Norns, which are going to be characters that you meet every time you start a new loop, and some other times too. They'll guide you through like the story, like, and try and help you into your quest. So the Norns are the famous characters in the mythology, and they're going to give you a little help every start of the loop. In this case, they're going to let you get an artifact. So you can choose the artifacts or items that you get at the. You can get them during the loop as well, but they are passive effects basically. So they're
okay,
going to change a lot how you play.
I will go for, I don't know. It's
Yeah, so-
kind of. Let's go for population. Seems like
Yeah.
it will be important in the future.
It's very good. So this one, every time you complete an adventure, you get extra population. So you're gonna want to try and hunt for these objectives quickly. And then in this case, when you start, it's very simple. You can choose between one of the two, but they're the same right now. When you keep playing later, each island is gonna have specific challenges attached to them, so that the choice is gonna be more relevant later on.
And something probably the different types of acorns.
Yes,
I
exactly.
guess.
Yes. All right. So here we start on a new island. You're free to try and explore for now. So the objective this time is to you can see above your ship. You need to bloom
Together.
2 saplings,
Yes.
and there's gonna be like the saplings around. Right now we can see 3 of them. One of them you need to spend 100 supplies. One you need to create a barracks or a might building next to it, and the last one you need to reach 20 population. I believe there's also another one hidden somewhere, maybe a bit farther down.
Let's go for. I have. No, five. No, that was on me again. Let's go for the population because we have to always. Adventure runic. We have spotted a runic forge. We could use it to transform our resources.
Yeah. So that's one of the random events that can spawn. So here you don't have a lot of resources,
Cool.
so this it's not going to do.
Yeah.
That much. But this one, yeah, you can do it later, but you can transform one of the resources, this might in this case, into other things. So that's one of the little characters you'll meet.
How many trees do I have here? 3. One is under something. So let's optimize this a little bit because I have. I need to go for population or spending. For the
So here
barracks, I can have the barracks also.
Yeah, so you can see like all kind of different like buildings here. The bowmaker one is a good one, but it needs to be placed next to 2 industry buildings.
Yeah,
so
the building conditions. Place. Yes, the building conditions are quite hard.
But you can see it creates 3 might per turn. So if you manage to build it, you can then explore a lot faster too.
Yeah, and this card will remain on my deck after I die.
Yes. No, not after you die, but it's going to be for this whole loop, which is
for this
multiple
run.
islands. Yeah, for this whole run. So if you choose it now, it's interesting because then, like, it probably means you're gonna want to try to get more industry to place it early in the next islands.
Yeah, of course. Then I will have to play for it to meet the requirements. But I do not think we will have the time to see it in action, but
you have it at least. You can always put the observatory at the beginning too. The observatory, it stays in your hand, but
it doesn't count. It doesn't. There's no. Let's
So-
wait. It can be. Oh, but there's more options now.
Yeah, exactly. So in the tutorial, you only had access to Smite, which destroys a thread, but here you have a bunch of different options. For example, Recycle is interesting because it destroys a building and gives you some supplies.
Oh, yeah,
Which,
and we need supplies.
yeah, you need supplies. But what's strong with that card too is that destroying a building means you can place another one in, like,
In the same
since
spot.
the same spot. So you could, for example, double the bonus you get from a barrack because you place it twice.
Oh, fantastic. And in this time it can be useful because I am playing for those, for the industry. So I need one more. So I have, from now I have 5. I need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more.
Yeah.
5. Now a barrack. Can I get all of them? Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Now I want to go for the population.
Yeah. If you want more, you have, yes, again, barrack that you can place.
But
However, it might be hard to place right now because your
yeah, I
barrack
put
that you
the other
place,
one. Yeah, I've put the other one getting
but
whole.
it's a good thing that you got the recycle because now you could.
Oh, I could use the recycle to destroy
Yeah,
this. I would retain
exactly.
the previous value.
Yeah, so the buildings gain their value when you place them, except if it's a value per turn. For example, the card that you drafted that gives might per turn, that you would lose the might per turn if you destroyed it, but the might that you got when placing it, you remain. So in this case, you could remove the barracks
it's
and you can
fantastic.
place it again.
I have, this needs 6 that I only have 6, and the barracks have 8. No, I have 29, so I can put more. 14, I have 14. So 6 plus 8, 14. I can put another one.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then the barracks to optimize the first 3 turns.
Yeah. So you can see how you can really use the 50% off from Trasier really is useful at the beginning.
Yeah. And I can choose again to open another exploration port here.
Yeah,
I,
it's a good
I
idea
guess
to do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I needed 2 turns to open the exploration.
Yeah.
Oh, since it was the first time, I didn't know that that worked that way. So now I have a shrub that I can place somewhere around here.
And you can see it when you place it. At the top of the screen, you're gonna see that it increases your the supplies you get every turn. So amenity building is very good for that.
Can I have it? Yes, 12. 12 is the maximum. And this is the bow maker that I do not have out, and I cannot build at this point.
Yeah, not right now. Unfortunately, if a rock, if iron had spawned in your small little island, maybe you could have placed the iron dig and then place your bow maker. But I don't think it spawned, unfortunately. So in this case, I think you're just gonna have to skip.
Yeah, I do not have the space to put both of them, I think.
Yeah.
And I have no purpose. Well, the stream is ending. Let me check but I do not have the resources to place both. Oh, I have nothing to attach him to.
But skipping is not that bad because you still keep all your resources and you make more
for
of
the next one. Yeah. I see. I see
can
what you are saying.
Yeah, you can see at the top of the screen there is a timeline that's spawned. In that timeline, you see every time you skip a turn, it's going to move forward. If we want to quickly before the stream, just you can skip a few turns and we can see like the void that will spawn because I think we're reaching the end of the stream soon.
Yeah, it's at the end. It's at the end of our time. We have 2 random events. I will click the random events and probably afterwards I will. Perfect. I think they are random. I do not know. Probably
they are. Yeah.
Make a choice. Barter for supplies. Gain with food. Gain 40. Offer them to join your ranks. Gain 3 population. So I'm running for population.
Probably want to get it, yeah. So there's a lot of random events that spawn. The game is procedural. The saplings, the objectives, the artifacts that you're gonna get, and also like all those things that spawn are all gonna be different every time you play. So
I
it
re-
always, yeah, even the drafts that you get always different.
I've
To make the
I've
most out of it.
I reach a population goal, so I will just choose one of these. I have an outpost, another repurposer. No, a repurposer or a water well.
Yeah.
I
So
think
the
I'll go.
repurposer allows you to like discard your hand and draw a new one. So if you don't get what you want, you can always
Let's
do
go for
more.
the water.
Water well is a very efficient one.
And the last random event: reap your harvest immediately. No, tend to your crops patiently and gain 2 falcon feathers. I want this.
Yeah, which
I do
that
not.
one's good because you can see it goes at the top of the screen, and that one stays until in the next Highlands as well.
And
So it's a
this event here, before you go,
yeah,
study the stars.
yeah.
Modify your deck when one of either is nearby.
So if you manage to build like power it with the
Yes.
connectors like we did earlier,
Yes.
you would be able to upgrade one of your card in your deck. So
Oh,
sometimes that means adding a use to it. Sometimes it can be adding a keyword to it that makes it maybe stay into your end, or maybe it makes it so when you play your Barak, you draw a card as well. So it's all kind of different powers that you can attach to your cards to customize them.
okay. Well, it's I would remain here with you talking about this game for another hour, but it's that our time is it's unfortunately ending. Alexis, do you want to say something else to everyone that is watching and following our stream?
Yes. So yeah, if you're interested, the game is out now, out of early access, uh, and go wishlist it if it interests you. I It's also like a game that we want to keep working on, and yeah, if you like roguelikes or city building, it's definitely like is gonna scratch an itch. So if you saw anything that interests you, go visit it on Steam.
I can assure you guys that this is a very, very interesting game. You will not be uh, prepared for it at the first glance because it's very different for everything that I played it on the genre. It's very fun, very addictive, and I just love it. Now we will have a lunch break. You can skip this hour, and we will be back in the afternoon with Ricardo for our next stream. So see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ragnarok is over. The gods are dead, and our world will soon die with them. But we remain, and we will rebuild.